Are you real? It sounds like the easiest question there is. Of course I'm real, you say. But try to prove it, and that easy question falls apart. You trust the room around you, your phone, your body. But can you prove any are really there? Even one. History's great thinkers, from Descartes to Bostrom, reach the same unsettling place. You can never step outside your own mind. There's no window to check whether a real world exists out there. If you're ready, let's begin. But I'm warning you, afterward, you might never feel as certain about anything again. 400 years ago, a French thinker sat alone in a dark room. His name was René Descartes. He asked a simple question: how do I know I'm awake right now? Every night we dream, and while we're in it, we believe it fully. The most absurd things feel real until we wake up. Descartes saw there's no test to prove you're not dreaming right now. You could pinch yourself, but you pinch yourself in dreams too. Then he pushed even further. What if an invisible, malicious being had shown you a fake world your entire life? The sky, other people, even your own body, all one giant lie. Descartes couldn't disprove it. No one has in 400 years. Neither can you. 300 years later, a philosopher gave this nightmare a modern shape. His name was Hilary Putnam. Imagine, a scientist removes your brain and places it in a vat of liquid. He wires your nerves to a supercomputer, which sends your brain flawless electrical signals. The warmth of the sun, the smell of coffee, the voice of someone you love. All fake, signals through a cable. That brain believes it's living in a whole world, the way you feel right now. And it can never know otherwise. So here's the question. How do you know you aren't that brain in the vat? You'd have to step outside your own head and look in, but you can never do that. Every thought, every piece of evidence comes from that head. Your own mind is a room you can never step outside of. Here's the strangest part. You don't even need a vat, because you've never seen the outside world. All that hits your eye is light. All that reaches your ear is air vibrating. These become tiny electrical signals sent into a dark skull. In there, your brain, with its 100 trillion connections, builds a whole world from those signals. The colors, the sounds, the depth, all of it manufactured, which means you've never seen the world. You've only ever seen your brain's best guess about it. Neuroscientist Anil Seth put it this way: we're all living inside a controlled hallucination. And the hallucination everyone agrees on we call reality. But what if the thing generating that world isn't your brain? What if everything from the start is inside a computer? In 2003, Oxford philosopher Bostrom built an argument that's hard to refute. If an advanced civilization can simulate an entire universe like a video game, it would probably run millions of simulations to recreate its own history. Now count. One real universe, but millions of fake, simulated universes. Inside them, billions of simulated minds. Which means the odds a randomly chosen mind, say yours, is in the real universe are close to zero. Maybe right now, you're inside someone else's simulation. Still sound like science fiction? Physicists look deeper into the universe than ever. What they found is bone-chilling. First, the universe has a smallest scale. Past a certain point, you can't divide distance any further. Just like a screen that can't show anything smaller than its pixels. Second, nothing travels faster than light. As if the universe had a hard-coded speed limit. And the strangest part, physicist James Gates found something buried in the universe's most basic equations. A type of error-correcting code, the kind computers use to repair corrupted data, embedded deep in nature's mathematics. Pixels, a speed limit, error-correcting code. These don't sound like features of a universe, they sound like features of a program. Say the world is real. But what about the people around you? Right now, when someone laughs, are you sure they feel happy inside? Or are they just acting happy? Philosophers call this a philosophical zombie. A being that talks, laughs, and cries just like you, but feels nothing inside. Because the feeling inside a person, seeing red, feeling pain, can never be shown to anyone. This is called the hard problem of consciousness. No one can explain how electrical signals in the brain turn into feeling. How does a gray, wet piece of meat experience the beauty of sunset? Nobody knows. And beyond your own consciousness, you can never prove any other consciousness exists. Maybe, in this vast universe, the only one who's truly awake is you. Maybe you're thinking, everything has proof, keep asking why, we'll eventually reach the bottom. Is that true? Tell me something you believe is true, I'll ask why. You answer, and I'll ask again. Eventually, you face one of three doors. Either you stop and say, it's just true because it's true, a belief with no proof. Or you keep asking why forever and it never ends. Or you loop back on yourself. A is true because of B, and B is true because of A. This is called the Münchhausen Trilemma. Its name comes from a baron who pulled himself out of a swamp by his hair, because no piece of knowledge can hold itself up in midair. When you finally hit bottom, there's nothing underneath. So what's left? You can't prove you're real. You can't prove you're awake. You can't prove the people around you feel anything. And when you hit rock bottom, you can't prove how you know that. No thinker has ever solved this. The only honest answer is, you can't know for certain. But mathematician Martin Gardner had a simple answer. I believe the world is real, he said. Not because I can prove it, because it works. Because living this way is healthier, more meaningful. Maybe reality isn't something you prove. It's something you choose. So right now, as you breathe, as you watch this video, you'll never know for certain whether it's real. But maybe the only thing you need to do is decide to live as if it is. Are you real?